Hi, really welcome back to my part 3 of my DayZ Frostline Sakhal winter map early access gameplay. We're loading into an empty server, and I tell you what, one of the things that I was worried about when I started doing this was that would I be able to play my PvE solo style, because there'll be loads of other people running around on these servers, because you know that a lot of the time when I make videos, the way that I like to do it is using my own servers, and they're password protected or whitelist protected, and there's only kind of me. Oh hello, there's a can there. Oh, that was handy, wasn't it? There's only me and the people who are on the server basically are there for PvE gameplay, so we all agree not to kill each other or anything like that. But this is an open event. Well, it's not an open event, it's an invite event for streamers and things like that, and there was always the possibility that you'd bump into people and get into fights and things like that, and keep getting killed and have to go back to the coast. But that hasn't been the case, because what's happened is that the streamers, I guess, they're congregating together onto the same servers so that they will have interactions and be able to run around with each other and do various things with each other. Sounds a bit odd, that, doesn't it? So I'm left to my own devices. So what happened yesterday? So yesterday we got quite well kitted up, didn't we? Look at this fella here. We've got a little backpack, we've got a vest, we've got trousers, we've got gloves, we've got a hat, we've got some fox steak dried that we can eat in a minute, and we've just picked up that can of frozen spaghetti. We've got plenty of knives, we've got a torch but no battery, we've got a rope ready to make a improvised fishing rod out of. How are our shoes doing? They're okay. We've got a baseball bat, we've got a gun with one bullet in, so if we do come across a sheep or something like that, or a goat, we can kill it. We got matches, and yeah, so the plan is to make our way further sort of towards the centre of the island, because I don't know the tier levels of Sakhal, but I'd imagine it's something to do with the closer you get to the centre of the island, the better the loot will be, probably, I guess. We found this rather useful road. So which way do we go? Do we go that way or do we go that way? There's the moon. I think we're going to go this way. So there's the moon there. So we don't know whether it's early evening. So we don't know if the night has just begun or it's about to end, but it looks like the nights are quite bright on Sakhal, which is nice, or that's the way they've set it up for this event. So can I put this on my, if I get rid of that, where is it? Yeah, I can put it on there, can I? There we go, that's better. That way I can have my baseball bat ready for any oh gosh, it's more duct tape. We're going to run out of inventory space, and of course Sakhal is running DayZ update 1.26, which means we're running with very little inventory space at all, even if we find some big bags. See, this it's a bit of a pain, isn't it, the shadow from this, we can't really see. Jeans. So the critical things, if these are the first Sakhal videos you're watching, the critical things about Sakhal is it's freezing cold. And so you're going to have to make sure that your top priority really is getting some good, clean, warm clothes, and giving yourself the heat buff, so starting a fire. And I think the devs recognise this, because they give you a knife to start off with. So, you can go, there's a, what size is it? 7.62 by 39. Is that what my gun uses? Yeah, so that's good. So we've got another couple of bullets there. Some worn wellies. Yeah, so the devs recognise this. You start off with a knife, no food. Okay, so they're badly damaged. My gloves are okay. We've got tape to repair my gloves, so we're not going to worry about that. But having a knife means that you can strip some bark off a tree, and then with your hands you can get a stick or some short sticks. You can make a fire drill thing, so you can start a fire relatively easily to give yourself that heat buff. And it's important to do that very quickly, because then the rate at which your character uses calories or uses the food that's stored in your tummy and on your body drops down. If you get hypothermic, so if you get to the blue thermometer, not only does it mean that you've got a high chance of getting ill, but it means that you're using those calories very, very quickly. So it reduces the amount you can survive for. So if you can warm up first and then proceed. Oh, here we go. Barbed wire. Baseball. Can we not combine them? Yeah, we can. It means that gives you more time. Now, there's going to be a lot of luck to this, I think, because, for example, with this run, what happened was, look at that. Right, let's put that into that slot there. Okay. What happened in this run is I spawned near a town, ran to the nearest police station, and basically picked up almost everything you can see here. This vest, the trousers, and then in the industrial area around it, I picked up some gloves and things like that, and got reasonably kitted up straight away, or at least kitted up enough so that I didn't go hypothermic for very long. Right, here we go. So we've got some more food now, so that's good. Now the food is all frozen and the drink is all frozen, which means we have to start a fire to defrost it. It's also worth noting that there's plenty of other spawn points for food outside of buildings on tables and things. We're going to have to wait till we get the files in order to check out the new map group protos to see where this stuff is. But we might as well start eating some of this fox steak as we're going along. My big concern at the moment is fluids. We really need to find... Look how pretty this looks. I'm of course playing on PC because this is a PC only event, and they're third person only events as well. Now there's a stone. Now that's important because what we can do is we put that stone in our hand, we can create a stone knife. As you'd expect with a vanilla server, whenever you pick up any knives or cleavers or anything like that, they all tend to be worn. So you want to prioritise making sure you've got knives. So as soon as you get bones, make bone knives, make hooks. As soon as you see stones, make stone knives. We've got another one there, haven't we? They might not last long, but they'll last long enough, for example, to strip some bark off a tree or turn some clothes into rags, all this sort of stuff. As you can see, we are running out of inventory space, but I'd rather have too many than too little. I think a map knowledge again will be critical on Sakhal. You know, not going somewhere where there aren't going to be buildings, so you simply won't freeze to death. Lots of stones up here. Okay, now this is an interesting thing that I read today. See these sticks here? These are road markers. So as you're going along, if the road disappears like it has here because of the snow, you can still follow the road that's under the snow by looking at the road markers, so you know you're on the way to somewhere. It would be easy for me to assume, oh, that was just a dead end now, the road's finished. No. There's still a road, and where there's a road, there must be a destination. So very, very cool. So I said again, I'm alone on this server. Thought it was really funny when I looked at the different... There's about 9 servers that are spread sort of all over the world, Europe, America, Australia, South America, places like that. Let's have a look at this view, shall we? Very nice. And there's a couple that are like, I think they're 45-person servers. So there's 1 or 2 that 45 people with like 3 people trying to get on, and like the rest are empty. Because that looks like a path there, doesn't it? Goes somewhere. But we're going to follow the road, because what's important to us is probably, if you look in the bottom right corner, you can see I've still got a little bit of heat buff. So I really want to be thinking about the next house I find. I'm going to be starting a fire and getting that heat buff back, because I want to at all costs avoid getting ill. That's so important. I do not want to get ill. As soon as you start getting ill, you're going to be getting a cold. You basically get the flu, which means that you run a temperature, which means you go through your fluids faster. And at the moment, the only way that I could get fluid is by eating snow. And if you eat snow, you risk getting ill from the contamination from the snow, because the snow and the water on Sakhal is contaminated with heavy metals from the volcano. Saw some people online talking about how perhaps for the event, maybe there's some. Sorry, for this streaming event, maybe some of the dynamic events have been turned off. Maybe there will be something like a. Oh, this is pretty, isn't it? Look at this. So I guess this is a frozen river. Look at that. Yeah, yeah, this is good. It's a very, very nice looking map. From initial impressions, I would say it's a great shame, a real great shame, that they didn't do this event on Xbox or PlayStation. I might even take a quick screenshot of this. There we go. Because this is better, I think, than the famous winter map that I won't name, because one of the things that I said that I didn't want to see happening was people comparing this map with modded maps, because on PC, people have got modded maps for free and they don't have to pay for them. And Sakhal, you're going to have to pay your 25 quid for. But this looks very, very nice indeed. And I love verticality in maps. I think it brings so much. It makes the map feel much bigger than it is, and a smaller map is good for performance on console. But as you see, this all looks very, very nice. Even under the yellow glow of my chemical light here. We've got this area up here. I suppose we might as well. Now, the other question is, so that's in my jacket, that's in my vest, will be whether these things can defrost, especially the meat paste. Will that defrost in my backpack as I'm running along? Okay, so I'll tell you what we're going to do now. We're going to have a little fire. Ooh, what's going on? I'll put that in your hands, split that up. And let's split that up. There we go. Let's combine that with that. Craft fireplace. If you hear any buzzing or anything in the background, that's my computer. I might need to. Right, so now let's get some more twigs. No, I don't want to eat any snow. I've got some short sticks in my hand. Let's put them on the fire. Right, let's get some more. Or gather firewood. Right, so I can gather firewood with my bare hands. I wasn't aware of that. I thought you had to chop down a tree. I guess it's in this particular size of bush. Okay. So let's put them onto there. And while it's still not windy and not snowing, Let's light this fire. Okay. What we'll do as well then. So these things we'll put on the floor around. So hopefully these they're a little bit far away, aren't they? Oh, I don't want to stand in the fire. Oh, I'm standing in the fire. We don't want to stand in the fire. We just want to put these on the ground. That one. Where's the brisket gone? There it is. Let's just put that on the ground around. Right, let's just check our gear while we're warming up. So these look like they're damaged. So let's put that away. Let's get that. So can we fix them? No. The tape. Let's repair all our kit. So as you can see in the bottom right corner, we're starting to get a heat buff back. Now previously, right, they're just worn now. Let's have a look. Everything else. Our face mask is ruined, so we might as well get rid of that actually. Let's get rid of that. And let's just make... How many rags do we need to make a face mask? And we're just using this so we can have maximum insulation to keep us warm. I'm very aware that it's probably going to start snowing in a minute. Okay, so let's put that one on. They're still frozen. Let's put that onto that pile there. What else have we got? Shoes are in good order, gloves are in good order, face wrapping in good order, hat is worn, backpack is worn, trousers are worn, no belt, police jacket is worn, field vest pristine. We've got two. Do we need two rope? Damaged, badly damaged. Can you repair rope with? No. I don't think you can repair rope, can you? Can we stack rope? No. Let's sort out our inventory maybe a little bit when we're here. This is a PC thing, isn't it? We don't really do this on console. I'm probably doing it all wrong anyway. Excuse me. Okay, so our backpack is now completely empty. So we've got a radio transmitter. Okay, so our temperature isn't going up any further. Is that alright? So the canned spaghetti is now pristine. I should tell you what, let's leave it on the floor for a bit longer. Let's see if it warms up and we can use it as a improvised heat pack. That would be good, wouldn't it? Brisket spread is still frozen. Might as well sit down. Maybe it can only go up to 2 pluses. I thought you could go up to 3, but I could be wrong. Okay, that is what it is, isn't it? So let's put that in our backpack now. This is still frozen. Appears as though the sky is getting lighter, so we're going into dawn, which is nice, which means the temperature should start to go up. The way it would work on Chernos or Livonia is throughout the year the temperature could change, and then throughout the day the temperature would change depending what time of day it was. So it's colder at night, warmer sort of during the middle of the day, and you know, in January, it's colder than it is in June. And also the altitude that you're at. Now I'm obviously going higher and higher here. Right, so that's just chili now, so we can actually eat that. There we go, so it's changed. So let's pop that in our hands. I think we've got the maximum heat buff we're going to get. So let's say farewell to that fire. Actually, let's just make sure we haven't left anything behind. And so we've now got the heat buff. So I think that sort of gameplay loop that you see there, that's what you're going to be doing an awful lot on Sakhal. It's going to be travelling for a bit, starting a fire, risking smoke if you're on a server where there's lots of PvP going on, risking smoke, risking getting discovered, and then moving on. Right, let's eat this brisket spread. Okay, again, I'm a little bit concerned about my hydration. Let's have a quick look over here, see if there's any little settlements. I mean, it looks huge, doesn't it? The island. And what I like as well is, from a distance you can see the volcano cone. In fact, that might be it right in front of me there. You can see it, but as you kind of go up it, you can't really see it again. It kind of disappears because you're too close. You can't see the wood for the trees, sort of thing. So we're actually going to end up, I think, probably close to where we originally spawned when we first came to Sakhal. And we'll have gone on a hike over the top of the mountain. Or one of the mountains, anyway. So we should be able to see the... Yeah, so there's I think there's a town down there. There's the ice flows. But I think we should follow this road all the way, and then we can say we've travelled it. And when we become familiar with the map, we might even be able to recognise the towns that we've been on. We've been pretty lucky the fact that we come on the server at night time, and it's turned to daytime, which is good. So it's going to be right. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to have to consider having the spaghetti soon, because that's going to have fluids in, isn't it? Be nice if we could hear an animal. I think my character's starting to smack their lips together. Look at this. Look how bare it is. Again, this is going to be brilliant for console and PC community servers because there's lots of spaces to add custom areas. Bunkers, towns, houses, military tents, all sorts of wonderful stuff. Okay, so let's have a quick look to see if there's anything that we could move to. So there's the volcano. That's a nice shot, isn't it? Quick screenshot there. Okay, so I'll tell you what we're going to do. We are going to eat this spaghetti because it's going to have fluid in it before we get flashing red health on the... Okay, we won't eat it all at once. That's all the food gone now, isn't it, I think? Yeah. Okay, all the food gone. Look how beautiful this is. It's really good. I cannot wait to play this on Xbox. It's going to be brilliant. It's such a shame they didn't do I mean, I don't feel as bitter about it as I do now, but my big complaint was the real market for Sakhal and the Frostline expansion is console, because all we've had is Churners and Livonia. Sure, we've got custom locations and attempts at doing winters and things like that, but we haven't had a new map since Livonia. And Livonia was a bit meh, wasn't it? It was just a blander version of Churners, but this is something completely different. You know, this, and PC have already got stuff like this. They've got Namalsk, they've got all these other things, and the point of having Xbox or PlayStation be able to do this event would be Xbox and PlayStation console players would be like, oh my gosh, snow everywhere. Look, I can eat snow. Look, I'm freezing to death. Look, the food is frozen. You know, this is amazing. And they would have been the best champions for it. Where I fear that quite a few of the PC players would be like, all right, yeah, well, this is a bit like, you know, Namalsk. This is a bit like whatever. Oh yeah, this is how you get around this sort of thing. You know, we know how to deal with frozen food and stuff. This is very bare indeed, this part of the map, isn't it? I can't see any houses or anything down there. I guess they'd probably be in the valley, wouldn't they? At least we're getting a good tour. There are no footprints, unfortunately. I wonder if someone on PC may well come up with a footprints mod. Okay, so let's eat the rest of our canned spaghetti. I can obviously eat some snow, and that would help with our hydration, but then again we could get poisoned. I'd like to avoid that. I wouldn't have minded visiting the hot springs. I think they might be in front of us, you know. Hot springs. Okay, so do we take a risk? Do we carry on following the road down there on the chance it's going to lead us somewhere? Or do we head to the... Let's go up here quickly. Let's run up here quickly. Let's see if we can see down this way. Yes, that's where the hot springs are. Okay, so I think we've got to explore there, haven't we? This session, this event is about exploration. Okay, maybe we'll see. I don't want to run too fast because I don't want my character to start overheating and losing fluids. So we're out of food now as well. Right, can we see any... Is that power lines down there? I doubt there'll be any mushrooms spawning. It's too cold, isn't it? Too cold for mushrooms, too cold for fruit. We know you can't dig the ground for garden plots. You can dig the ground for worms, though. So they had to leave worms in the game so that we could trough them so we could get them ready for fishing. And of course, there's no point. I think Wobo did a video once, didn't he, on is it worth eating worms? Can you eat enough worms? And the answer was no, because the energy you use to eat, to dig them up, is more than the energy you get from the worms themselves. Okay, what I'm looking for here is like a frozen lake or something, a frozen river, to see if there's any mechanic for trying to break the ice and then fish. I do fear we're going to have to risk metal poisoning. Very pretty though, isn't it? Nice red sky in the morning. Shepherd's warning though. Such a shame. We've got such good gear as well. Oh, I was going to say, so talking is caps lock, isn't it? Okay. I like the fact that there's not that many zombies as well. Haven't heard any helicopter crashes. Okay, so we're getting into a warmer area now. We're starting to see grass. The problem with that is that if there's no snow, I've got no snow to drink, have I? I don't know. Do we risk it? Okay, there's a structure there. Is that just a shed? Look at this wonderful open area. God, they've got to port this to Armourer Forger. This would be amazing in Armourer Forger. Imagine it's kind of fantastic infantry country, with like the rising and the lowering of the land. Lots of cover. What's this? Some more tape. It's worn. It's badly damaged. Let's take that one then. Any other structures? Oh, yeah. There's something over there. Health is starting to drop now. Still got the heat buff, but the lack of fluids is definitely going to be our nemesis, I think, on this run. What have we got here? Some sort of warehouse. Definitely not a normal house. Nice can of peaches would go down sweet, or a frozen can of Fronter or something that we could defrost. Heat pack. Let's put that. Keep us warm. Don't know if anything will spawn in this wreck, this ruin. This is worth a look, isn't it? Any other structures? I think we're going to have to risk eating the snow, aren't we? Well, there's a hot spring there. Is there any structures around the hot spring? Yes. Right, okay. Let's head off over that way. So there's still snow, so if we get really desperate, we can drink the snow. We're okay for food. We're okay for temperature. It's just a hydration that's causing us issues. And there's the pipes. Can you see the pipes snaking their way along? Really nice feature that is in the volcano. Again, there was, when we found out that Tanoa was the basis for this map, and Tanoa is an Arma 3 map, but it's been completely reworked. And Arma 3, it's a good-looking game, and sometimes it's an amazing-looking game, but it just doesn't have the realism, I don't think, that the DayZ version of Enfusion has. Now, the Reforger version of Enfusion, obviously being the newer version, takes it to the next level. CR550 mag, not really interested. I'm interested in survival at the moment. Inside the toilet, no. Is this a David? Is it? Let's kind of look. Oh, it goes up too far. We're not going all the way up there. But we have got a better view. Okay, there's some houses up there. There's a shepherd's hut down there. Let's have a quick look around the caterpillar. Don't think stuff doesn't normally spawn with these, does it? Okay, so I think we should head straight up towards these houses. Where were they? Up there. Yeah, let's head up this way. We can always come back. There's nothing else over there, is there? Something. Oh, wait a minute. Is there something in the distance? Okay, I think that's the industrial area in the distance. So let's head up to these houses first. And then we can think about, if we find some good stuff, heading back down that way to that industrial area over there. Once we give ourselves another heat buff. And I mean, if the DayZ gods are looking down upon us today, then they're going to give us something to drink. Though of course the danger is when you're red thirst, you need to keep drinking an awful lot of stuff. So what we would really need is the special canteen that purifies the water. Nothing up there, nothing up there. So I'm going to have to add... I'm thinking about my top 10 tips for surviving on Sakhal. Keeping warm, very, very important. It looks like hydration is going to be a massive challenge. And, I mean, the thing I would say is that it's probably going to be further balancing to the loot table of Sakhal before we go public, and if lots of people are giving the feedback, look, we were just dying of thirst all the time. There was nothing we could do. We were always dying of thirst. Then, it could be that the devs go, okay, we need to add in a few more filtration bottles, or maybe even some water pumps with some sort of mechanic for defrosting them. Oh God, look at that, chlorine tablets. Oh, if only we'd taken the pot. Let's have a quick look. Never dismiss a toilet. You never know what might be in there. So can you fill a pot with snow and then put the cooking pot on top of a stove to defrost the snow? Well, there's a fresh cleaver, so get rid of that cleaver. Let's get that one. Oh, in fact, I tell you what we should do. We should use that to craft some rags first. Then we can add those to that pile there. Well, we might as well run around with this cleaver until we drop it. Oh, what am I doing? let's run around with this cleaver. Okay. Oh. Alcoholic tincture. Can't drink that. I thought that was the vodka bottle. Oh, this is the last house, isn't it? Oh, look at that mountain backpack with a flare in it. Oh, wow. Okay, what's in here? Wow, look at this. We are kitted. 762 by 32. Oh, wait a minute. We want to take that, don't we? Oh, but we just haven't got anything to drink. Okay, so we're getting cold now. So, right, let's concentrate on getting warm. Let us... some sticks. Okay. Done it again, haven't I? Put that in my hand. Oh, come on, Rob. Into the hand. Split it up. Can we... Oh, we got loads of space. Okay. Why isn't that? There we go. Okay, so let's split this up. Where's me? So, see how cold I was getting, even with a heat pack? Even with the heat pack, that's how cold it is on Sakhal. So even with, in fact, let's take a look at the gear I've got on me. Right, let's get this heat boost now. So the gear I've got is a field vest, which is giving me some medium insulation. My police jacket medium, trousers medium, mountain backpack best, hat best, gloves medium, shoes low, face worst, but it's better than nothing. So with that on and a hot heat pack, I was going hypothermic. That's the challenge. It's going to be really difficult to survive on community servers like that, public servers like that, isn't it? I think really, really, really difficult. Right, so now we've got a question to ask, haven't we? What are we going to do? I think we've got to head back the way we came, past those hot springs, to those buildings, past the hot springs. If we have to, if we start getting flashing red health, well, flashing red thirst, maybe we're going to have to consider eating some snow. Okay, so let's go through here. So we probably don't need that stick there. can combine this stuff again. Can that go on the outside of our backpack? But what we'll probably do, we will save this for next time. And you'll have to figure out, will I survive? Will I freeze to death? Will I find some food? Will I find some drink? But anyway, there we go. Sakhal, having an amazing time. Can't wait for this to come out on Xbox and PlayStation. You're going to have such a whale of a time. That's enough from me. What do you think, though? Put your questions and comments down below. And, of course, I'll see you again soon.